Well, hello friends. We are back today working on the fairy tale junk journal. Just trust me, it's the same one. You can tell. It's been a little while because, well, I was throwing a holiday party. And also, you know, I'm still moving in. And so I'm going to tell you what I'm doing really quick, and then I'll tell you why I've been gone. So I decided I wanted to put this envelope with this piece of stationery paper in it here on this page. However, I also decided that I don't want this background to be white, so I'm just collaging the border of it so that it's all nice and covered when we go to glue this down. But yeah, anyhow, I've been gone for a while because first I was throwing a holiday party, which meant I was just cooking for days, which I actually love doing, but it was a lot to do. Cooking and cleaning also we were doing a lot of. And so I just didn't have much time to spend on crafty type things. I think this, so I accidentally left this glue stick open the other night, but also it's at the very end, so good time to leave it open all night. Oh, I don't have a trash can in here because we took my trash can for the holiday party. Okay, we have a trash pile now. I've got some inspiration going in the diffuser. That doesn't need to be over here though. And we have my other Yoo-hoo glue stick, which is great. Okay, and I've got a glue page down here. This is great. Okay, so yes, I love cooking. Okay, I love Thanksgiving food, and I love cooking Thanksgiving food. And for, you know, like political family reasons and whatever, I don't always get to cook it myself on Thanksgiving. And this year we were supposed to go to my grandma's for Thanksgiving, so I already knew I wasn't going to get to cook it for myself for Thanksgiving. I was supposed to make like dinner rolls and cobbler, so I did that. And then it turns out I actually got sick on my birthday, which is the day before Thanksgiving. I was still a little sick on Thanksgiving, so I ended up having to cancel. Didn't go to my grandmother's. Still delivered her some of the bread. Didn't make the cobbler. Oh, fuck. The other side is prettier. Whatever. It happens. So not only did I not get to cook my favorite form of Thanksgiving dinner, I also didn't get to eat any form of Thanksgiving dinner on or around Thanksgiving, which made me a little bit sad. So, and then I also, because I was pregnant and moving, which I feel like are pretty dang good excuses if you ask me, I was not able to, what's on the other side of this? Yes, okay, so if I just do this here and then fold it over, no one will be upset. Great. Oh, maybe I like this way better though. Yeah, I like that way better. So usually every year I host a Samhain symbol, which is, for Samhain, which is like the pagan version of Halloween, is the short description of what that is. And then if you're not new to this channel, you probably already know what it is. Yeah, so a symbol is a little toasting ceremony, which I have adapted from Norse tradition, to be, it's something I host every year at Samhain. We do a dumb supper, and then we do a symbol. And in my version of it, we could do 3 rounds of toasting, and those rounds are a round of gratitude, a round of honoring the departed, and then a round of boasting. And then if you want, with the boast, you can also throw in an oath for the coming year if you'd like. And no one, or at least I won't, no one will judge you if you don't make an oath. That's totally fine. But you have to make a boast. Everyone has to make a boast. Everyone has something to be proud of. There goes my glue stick. Yeah. Come back. Okay. But that was the end of October, and the end of October, I was moving into a new house, and also I was deep in the throes of first trimester pregnancy, and it was, to put it lightly, awful. So I chose to spare myself the trauma of trying to host a giant party for all 20 of my closest friends, or closest local friends, I should say, and trying to cook for all of them and open my house and have my house ready for people. I chose to spare myself all of that trauma, and instead, because there's other people as well for whom this tradition is like something they really make, like people in my friendship circle, they really, like, they put it on their calendar, they make a point to come to this every single year. It's a big deal to them as well as to me. And I didn't want to let them down, and I really canceled it at like the last minute. And I feel like I had pretty dang good excuses, but still I was like, I do want to do one this year. So back in October, when I was feeling really optimistic, I was like, instead of doing a Samhain Sumble, I'm not gonna like cancel the Sumble this year. I still want to do one, but we're gonna do a solstice Sumble. And I just looked at the calendar and I was like, December 16th, that's what we're doing. December 16th, please join me for your solstice Sumble. And I told a couple people like way ahead of time, the people who I knew it was like really special to. And then invited some other people like at absolutely the last minute. And amazingly, like 13 people ended up coming. And it was, man, there is nothing like hosting a dinner party for 13 people to get you to get your newly moved into house, like proper move-in ready. There's nothing like it. So I keep forgetting that I'm like totally happy to fold these over the other end, because I also don't like this all white, and I'm happy to have pretty much the same sort of collage. Maybe we'll do, like, I kind of want this to show, because I feel like it's like, well, one, it's the same, it's in the same like blue color scheme of a lot of the rest of this book. But two, it's also part of the original library protective packaging. So I want to keep that. And maybe we can go ahead and put this here, actually. Great. Yeah, so there's nothing like throwing a dinner party for 13 people and having to cook for it to get you to get your newly moved in house in good order real fast. And fortunately, some of the people for whom this is really important yearly annual tradition, usually it's Samhain, but whatever. I actually really liked doing it at closer to solstice, and I might do that more in the future. We'll see. Surely I have more water. Here's some more water. Yeah, some of the people that do come every year were able to come quite a bit early. One of my best friends came a full like day early. She came like the night before, and so she was able to help me get ready that day. And then some other friends came like a couple hours early, which was really nice and really helpful, because basically, so I feel like, you know, for a millennial, a pretty big dining table. It seats 8. And I just upgraded from my previous 6-person dining table when I found this beautiful 8-person one at my favorite thrift store. How are we doing? Okay, we need a little more here and here, and then I think we're good. But, you know, I invited, and I kind of thought also like, okay, I'm sending this invitation out super last minute. Probably a lot of people won't be able to make it. And then I won't have to worry about where to seat everyone. False. Basically, like everyone except like 3 of the people I invited made it, which now I'm like, man, good thing that we didn't have absolutely everyone. But I would have figured it out. Like, obviously, I would have figured it out. But what we did was we got one of the folding tables that I used to use at craft fairs back when I did those. Or like farmers markets or whatever, and put that in the library, which is adjacent. So we have like the dining room there's a kitchen, and there's the doorway into the dining room, and then there's like a big doorway into the library, and then that's the front window of the house. And the library is like, well, partially lined with bookshelves, and we're gonna build more bookshelves to line the rest of it. Right now we have like movable bookshelves in there, but it's not right. We need built-ins to match. Plus the built-ins are going to be bigger and hold more books, which is good because my bookshelves are already over full, and it's all the bookshelves I own, except for the ones that are in here holding crafty stuff. So, and I need those too. So So when some of my friends who came early, one of the things that we did was we unboxed all of my books from the boxes that they were in into the bookshelves in the library, which we weren't really able to do much sooner because I had been painting the library. The library walls I painted. It was this awful, horrid, bright blue before. And I fixed it. It's actually what I did for my birthday party, was we had a paint party. And I had some friends come over and help me paint my house for my birthday. Highly recommend. And, okay. Oh, we could just, well, no, we can't really fold it over there. So we'll tear it. Yeah, so, okay, I didn't make that very clear. So I kept the 8-person dining table in the dining room, and then I also set up a folding dining table in the library. So with the big doorway, it would still feel like we were pretty together, versus like setting one up in the living room or something, which would be like a whole wall away and not as good. So yeah, and of course I'm pregnant, so even just like putting books on shelves, it's a lot of physical labor. Like I feel like usually, you know, it's a task, but like tasks that require any amount of physical labor just hit different when you're pregnant. And like I knew that I would get some of my energy back in the second trimester, and I have gotten some of my energy back, but energy is very different from physical ability. Those are two different things, my friend. And I have one and not the other. So that's just where we are. Yeah, so my friend was able to like hand books up to me on a ladder while I put them away, and then later I went back to cooking and one of my other friends showed up and I was like, great, just put these books on the shelf. I don't care how. I trust you to make it good enough for now. And they're in no semblance of order, but it just looks so good just having the books on the shelves. And actually, I've been pretty able to find everything I've needed. So that's I'm pretty impressed with that particular aspect of it. And then I think I'm going to need a little something here, but let's see. Even though it's going to be open to hold the paper, I want it to be able to look good closed. Okay, yes. So I need just a little something here and just a little, I mean, I maybe could get away without anything here. Maybe I'll not do anything there or there. That all looks kind of good. So I just need a little something here. I wonder if I can find more of that pink stuff, because that looks good. So yes, I used the solstice symbol as motivation to get my house in relative order. I won't say it's perfect, but it is a hell of a lot better than it was a couple weeks ago. And the library just looks amazing and it makes me so happy. And then I also used it as an excuse to, I don't have any more of that pink paper out, but I have a different pink paper here. That's fine. And then I think I'll just do it this way because that clean edge will be covered. Ooh, or do I do it this way? This is paler. This way. And it has more texture. So I made a whole roast turkey, obviously. And I made sweet potato casserole, 2 kinds. One, well, I mean, it was the same with both. But then one of them I put marshmallows on top and one of them I put pecans on top. Because I had somebody who couldn't do sugar and I had somebody who couldn't do flour. So obviously I still did stuffing, but then I did like a regular gravy with a roux, and then I did a gravy with cornstarch because I was like, how do you, because I made cranberry sauce and there's sugar in the cranberry sauce. So I'm like, okay, if this person who can't have sugar and can't have flour can't have the cranberry sauce, they have to be able to have gravy, and they can't have my good gravy, and I'm not going to make all cornstarch gravy. I'm still going to make real gravy, but I want to make sure this person can have gravy. So I made 2 gravies, 2 sweet potato casseroles, a full turkey, a thing of stuffing. This looks so good. This makes me so happy. And then I'm probably going to decorate this envelope too. Maybe with, where to go? I really like that. Yes. Okay, we're going to figure that out in en moment. Let me get some glue. Let's flip this page over. Let's get some, let's crease that fold real good. I'm gonna do glue stick all over this, and then I'm also gonna pop some art glitter glue just around the edges, because that's how I feel. That's what I feel like is the move here. Don't lose the pen. All right, let's work fast. Come on, let's go. Go, 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 friend. Go, 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 speed racer. He's a demon on wheels. Oh, fuck. We'll deal with that in a moment. And it'll dry clear anyway, so I'm not really concerned, so to speak, but it doesn't make me happy to see all that glue there. Just put it on my clothes. That's the answer, right? Oh, no. What are you doing there? Okay, we're just gonna hold that down for a moment while that art glitter sets. Put the pin back in, silly. And then I made mini cobblers. So I'd been wanting to experiment with this for forever. I don't remember if I had just experimented with this when I did our last video. I don't think so, because I think I literally have not had time to film with all these experiments and things. But I make a cobbler. It's a delicious cobbler. It's a super easy cobbler. But the only problem is, you know, one pie plate of cobbler serves like 6 people, roughly, you know, 8 if you do small servings, but it's kind of like a cobbler doesn't slice neatly. It's not a feature of a cobbler. And so something that had been on my mind for a while that I'd been wanting to try was, I'm just gonna get these corners real good, was I wanted to, come on. I wanted to make mini cobblers in like muffin tins, and see if that would hold up quite as well. And it's not quite the same, I will tell you. I feel like they ride somewhere between muffin and cobbler, but also I have just discovered that if you put more fruit in there than you think is possible or wise, it starts to read more like a cobbler and less like a muffin. So that's what I've been doing. Fortunately, I had plenty of practice because I made a practice half batch, and then I made a double batch for my party, and then I went to another party the next day and reheated the leftover ones from my party and make another batch. My favorite fruit for these is frozen blackberries, but you can literally use any fresh or frozen or canned fruit. It just changes the cooking time just a little bit. So yeah, cranberry sauce, stuffing, 2 gravies, 2 sweet potato casseroles, a whole turkey. Oh, and a big salad. We made a big salad, and it was so good. Then we made another big salad for the other party the next day. So that was good. So yes, party happened, was successful. And then we did our stumble around the fire. I was thinking, you know, holidays, December, we'll get to use our new fireplace. And so one of the things I had my husband do as like party prep was like, please, 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 for the love of God, test the fireplace before party time. Like, please, you know, burn something in it, because we haven't actually run it since we moved in. You know, it was reported to be functional, but, you know, just, you know, we've had some other problems with things the sellers reported that were not true. So I had him test the fireplace and make sure it would work, because I was thinking, oh, we'll assemble in the living room around the fireplace and it'll be nice and cozy. But by the time I'd been cooking and running the oven all day, and we had 13 people in the house, and this is Texas in December, it was quite cozy inside. It was quite stiflingly warm. And so by the time we got to I'm gonna do something I might regret. Yep, I regret it. Okay. Yeah, it was quite stiflingly hot inside by the time we were ready to do the sumble. And so instead of sumbling around the fireplace, we went outside. That's not bad. I'm not mad at it, but I feel like we can do better. Let's just try the pink, but I don't think that's gonna make me happy. Oh. When it's like that, I don't like it. But when it's like that, I kind of like it. Let's do it. Ba-dum-bum-bum. So yeah, I don't really know what I was saying. Yeah, we ended up stumbling around the fire pit, which was nice because it was actually also, like, it would have been our first time using the fireplace, but it was also our first time using the fire pit. I've been using the grill a lot, but not the fire pit. So that's exciting. And this house came with, like, I have a fire pit that I brought here. Don't really know what I'm going to do with it now because this house has a built-in fire pit and a built-in smoker that we also have not ventured to use the smoker yet at this juncture. However, I'm very excited for when we do get around to playing with that. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna just do like this, and you know, the glue stick dries clear. It's gonna be fine. So that was the party. And then what I've been doing that I also felt like I really didn't have time to do much of this is I have been going through my clothes. So I don't know if I mentioned this in a previous video, but for the last, like, for certainly the majority of the last decade, and if there was a place that I lived that didn't have a walk-in closet, I don't remember it. There's one apartment that my husband and I lived in for 1 year, and I don't remember if we had a walk-in closet there or not, but we did have an extra room there that I never quite got together. So, but I think we did have a walk-in closet. I don't think we've not had a walk-in closet, like, since I was in a dorm room. And even one of my dorm rooms had a walk-in closet. So we're living large. But this house that we've just bought and moved into was built in the 1930s, and the closets in it, as far as I can tell, were built in the 1930s when people just did not have or wear that many different clothes. And they've never heard of walk-in closets at that point, I'm pretty sure. Like, it just wasn't a thing. Certainly not in your average home. And so we have little bitty closets. I think we do have closets, because I know a lot of old homes, it's just kind of assumed that you would have a wardrobe. And, you know, we have dressers, but not like a hanging wardrobe. Until I actually ended up having to, I got to a point where I was like, I am willing to downsize, but I don't know if I'm willing to downsize this much. And my husband, thankfully, is very supportive and understanding. So I got 2 garment racks off of Amazon. I know you can't tell in these videos where I don't show any part of myself, but I am kind of a clothes girly. I'm kind of a fashion girly. Like, not like a stay on top of the trends girly, but like, I love my textiles. I love my clothes. I love them. They're art. They're part of my art collection, and they're art that I get to wear, and they make me very happy, not only to wear them, but even just to look at them. Like, I love just, back when I had a walk-in closet, like, I love just going into my closet and seeing, like, I keep each category of clothing that hangs in rainbow order, and it's just beautiful seeing these gradients of textiles in rainbow succession. And I love it so much. I love it so much. I was actually a fashion design major my first year in college, and then I was just like, you know, I love this. And it turns out that what, like, commercial fashion design is not something that I want to be involved in for a living, or maybe even at all. So I changed my major like 3 times. But I did start there. And then what should we do here? I feel like having the whole thing just be a picture could be nice, or we could do like, like that. Let's do that. Let's give it some journal space. Ooh. Okay, this is the untextured side. Or this is the textured side. With the textured side, the corners are angled the wrong way, so we're using this side. Okay. So I've been going through my clothes and basically doing a full KonMari, which I did kind of predict that this would be actually like an impressively bad time to be doing a clothing declutter, and allow me to explain why. Because usually when you're doing a clothing declutter, questions like, have I worn this in the last year, are helpful questions. But that's kind of assuming that your lifestyle is what it is and is what it has been and will be what it has been and is. And that is, you know, has been a safe assumption for me for a long time and is really not true for me right now, which is to say, for the last 6.5 years, I've been working at Starbucks. So I've had a whole like wardrobe of clothes in dress code for Starbucks that was the easy part. So I was able to get rid of most of that and then keep just the pieces that I really loved. But then part of that is like, okay, so 4 days a week for 6.5 years, I've been wearing basically like black, brown, or navy, which means that on the other 3 days a week, when I can wear anything I want that's not in dress code, I've really been avoiding black, brown, and navy. And so anything that I have that's those colors that's not like work appropriate, I haven't worn in a long time. Doesn't mean I don't love them, just means I've hardly worn it at all in a long time. And a lot of my stuff that's not like appropriate for that job, I haven't worn in a long time. I've now quit that job. I'm now prepping to become, or I guess I'm in the preparatory stages, which is to say pregnancy, of being a stay-at-home mom. So that's changed. You know, I don't need that work wardrobe anymore. And also, like, I really have not been wearing a lot of like loungewear type stuff over the last year or so. I have not been wearing much casual clothing because I used to wear a lot of that. And then when I just didn't have roommates anymore, I would just not wear much at all when I was home alone. Or then when I would go out, I wouldn't want to be casual. I'd want to take the opportunity to like dress up and look nice. And I'm just thinking, I'm about to be a new mom. Who knows what I'm going to want to wear then? I'm probably not going to want to put a lot of effort into looking good for those first couple months. I don't know when I'll have the energy to like do a lot of that again. And I don't know what's going to fit me. And also, being pregnant now, there are a lot of things that I'm pretty sure will fit me because they've always fit me that don't fit me right now. So I can't really use does it fit as a good metric for should I get rid of it. So I was able to go through my tops because I feel like the top half of my body hasn't changed that much. And as much as it has changed, it's probably going to stay mostly like that for a long time. So if I had tops that didn't fit, I got rid of them. That was easy. But I know that like half of my favorite skirts do not fit my waist right now. And I'm choosing to believe that that's because I have a baby in my belly. I like this. I'm moving on now. And yeah. So, okay, let's find some way to make you know what? Actually, before I get to this, I got some stuff out to work on the mermaid. I said I wanted to make a mermaid paper doll. Oh, and I pulled this out and I pulled her out. I pulled some other girls out as well. I have this book. I just got this a couple months ago. Women, a Pictorial Archive from 19th Century Sources, by Dover. And it's really great for this sort of thing. Only thing about it is they're double-sided, so you have to make a lot of hard choices, but you know, that's okay. And I definitely cut out 3 separate women. I don't know where I put the other 2, But basically, I already decided that this is the one that I want to use for my mermaid. So I'm gonna cut her off about there, but first I'm gonna make her a tail. And I have this page that did eventually dry in a way that makes me feel okay about the whole thing. I don't know if you remember that traumatizing episode, but yeah, it turned out okay. And then I want to put this on here as a tip out. And the only thing about that is I can't do just one piece of tape the whole way because this is a pocket here. So I will have to do like one piece up here and one piece down here. And I'll have to find something, probably something dark green that goes with this and also goes with this spread. So we've got dark green here. So I think dark green will work. So I will go look at my washi tapes real quick, actually, see what I can find. Okay, I like both of these, but I think, yeah, it's for sure this one. No contest. God, I love washi tape. So let's start this on this side, actually. Yeah, so it's like, it's not a good time to be like, oh, have I worn this in the past year? Because my lifestyle is going to be the same. So if I haven't worn it in the past year, I should just get rid of it. That doesn't work because my lifestyle is changing drastically. I also have some maternity clothes that I bought like at the beginning of my last pregnancy, specifically because they're in work dress code, but they're also like the only maternity clothes, like specifically maternity clothes that I have pretty much. And so I'm like, okay, I don't really like love these. I got them because they were in dress code, but I don't hate them. And I really don't have any other maternity clothes. So if I end up finding that like late in pregnancy, literally nothing else I own fits, I'd rather just wear these than like wear these and find ways to make them work with my style. They're just like simple black dresses, right? So like I can layer like shrugs and stuff over them to make them more fun. That's not a problem. So like I don't love them in and of themselves, but I think we could have a good time together if it turns out that I need them. So I've kind of put those in an area of my closet where it's like, okay, if I'm not getting rid of them now. If I get through my whole pregnancy and I don't need them once, then I'll get rid of them. But this seems like a premature time. This one, we're just gonna do a long strip on this side. Seems like a premature time to be making that decision. And then again, like I can't really judge by whether things fit or not because there's things that I know will probably fit when I don't have a baby in my belly that don't fit now. And then there's also things that like I legitimately haven't worn in a long time, but now that I'm not working 4 days a week, I'd really like to wear it more often if it fits. But pretty sure it won't fit right now. So like, I don't know, I can't make that decision. I have actually gotten rid of a fair chunk of items. But compared to, you know, going from a walk-in closet to very little closet at all, it still feels like I have a lot. So I got some garment racks and basically what I've done is I've put my trunk. I have this beautiful old Victorian steamer trunk that's like painted green with daisies on it. Very my style. Original paint, not my edition. And I use that to keep like, oh God, like things I literally never wore. But like, for example, the 2 Victorian ball gowns that I made in high school. Like, I'm not getting rid of my 2 Victorian ball gowns that I made. I'm not getting rid of my mermaid tail that I made. It doesn't matter that I never wear it. Those are special and they go in the trunk. So the trunk is in the closet. And then I've got like I have like a little suitcase that's printed with like a map, and I keep all my underwear in that because it's like, I see London, I see France, I am filled with underpants. And then I've hung all of my like tops in the closet. So it's like blouses. Well, okay, blouses, not all of my tops because I haven't hung my t-shirts up. Those are in the dresser drawer. But I hung up blouses and then like shrugs and sweaters and things, and then all my like coats and cloaks as well. And then I have a little space like underneath part of that where the trunk isn't and the cloaks aren't, where I can fit something else. Haven't figured out what yet. Okay, so I have these. I pulled aside several papers to be potential mermaid tails. Originally I was thinking, oh, definitely green, and I wanted something glittery. And I found this. I feel like what I should do is I should get a piece of like true scrap paper. Let's take this, for example. Oh, put the pin in. I also don't know. Oh, yes, I do. I use it to wrap presents. Probably. Right. Oh, God. Right here. My big scissors. This isn't for like an actual size accurate template. I mean, maybe it will be. Maybe my eyeballing is just that good. We'll find out in a moment. This is a piece of scrap paper. Okay, it's a little wide. That's fine. But this will help me visualize my options here. Yeah, so that's kind of what I was afraid of, which is that if you cut this way, sure, it's sparkly, but you don't, oh, okay. If you do it this way, you don't get much of the sparkle. But if we like tilt it some way, I really like that. And if we do more, I don't like that as much. I just don't like the flow of that. But I think if we do something like that, that could be really good. Okay, so that's an option. This I like less. I just want something with some sparkle to contrast more against this and feel like a fishtail. This is too mod. Okay, this is a great option. You can understand why I had to pull this out. I think we're gonna have to cut out this, and oh, because that looks like with all these colors too. I might have to go this way, because that's the other thing is like I really like this paper. I'll definitely find lots of other uses for this. This paper just like on its own, I don't really love, but like as a mermaid tail, how can you argue with that? Oh God, okay. This is great, but I actually think this might be, is there such a thing as too much? I don't know. I might need to cut out a couple different mermaid tails, and then probably I'll end up using them all eventually for something or other. See, I like this one too. I was really hoping that I had this in green because it's from the same paper pack as, well, both of these, this one and the other dark green one, they were all the same paper pack. And so I was hoping there might be something like this, because I have it in like a red orange too, and I was hoping I might have it in a green, because that would have been perfect, but I don't. So let's just make a better stencil. Let's see if I can find some tracing paper. I don't know if that's gonna be, I don't know if that's a thing I have out at this house yet. I think I'm still missing one of my paper organizers. What's this? Vellum, great. I didn't even remember buying vellum. Man, I'm so glad that I now that I've quit my job and I like can't buy craft supplies basically. I'm just like so glad that I spent so much of my disposable income on craft supplies when I had disposable income. I'm like, oh, now I have the things that I want to use. Lovely. All right, let's pop her there. And then let's get this, like, I want to use as little of this. Well, I also want to be able to go to the edge of the page if I want. All right, and let's get a pencil. So yeah, it's taken me like days and days and days to work on my clothing declutter and organization. And I think I want to do a thingy here. Make life hard for myself, you know? I also finished a song last night, which is what I'm humming here. Oh yeah, that's good. I like that a lot. Ooh, I wonder if I could make like this all one piece and then like hinge this part behind this piece on a brad so that like this part will be stationary, but then this part can wiggle back and forth. I'm gonna do it. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Okay. Okay, and now, yeah, I guess I'm gonna cut it out. I think that's actually the easiest way to do this. Yeah, I finished a song last night that's been one of those songs that I like wrote 2 verses and a chorus for like half a decade ago, and then it just kind of sat in my notes app while I figured out what to do with it, and I just kind of opened it yesterday. This has actually been a good year for finishing songs. I'm gonna keep the whole tail whole in the stencil, and then we'll just make our final decisions after the fact. Well, not the whole tail. The fin will be separate. What was I saying? That doesn't go that way. That goes that way. I like it. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and cut her off just under the butt. Sorry, Little Mermaid, I know you always wanted legs. But not today. Today is not your day for logs. What I was saying. Oh, I was saying I wrote a song. Yeah, so I just kind of been sitting around in my notes app for half a decade, and last night I just decided, well, like 2 days ago, I was like, I haven't, between like the party and like party prepping and clothes organization and decluttering and everything else that needs to be done around here, I was like, it's not that I haven't done anything that I like doing, but I haven't done anything straight up like just for fun. Like I haven't had any just like creative play in like over a week, and it's starting to wear on my nervous system. So please, husband, let me, like, not like let me, but you know, like, can I have your emotional support in making this decision for my mental health? And he was like, yeah, for sure. obviously, because he's cool. But yeah, so, and then I got my, so I did a little bit of play in this journal the other night, but only a little bit without you. This is really hard to see these pencil lines. I think I got it. And it's kind of a weird song. It's less folksy than what I usually write. Like I think thematically it's kind of on point with what I usually write, but melodically it's different, and rhythmically it's like weird. Like it's got some half measures in it, and I thought about, I was like, is this like a writing mistake on my part? Like, do I need to fix this and even it out, or is this just like a feature of the song? And I decided it's a feature of the song. Okay, so I think actually that it is not a crime to cut through this. There we go. Now we've got a water droplet for some other occasion. Okay, so here's something I didn't foresee. It's actually not that high contrast against this. Let's cut this part out anyway. And let's ink it, because I would definitely be inking it. Needs to be inked. Is that in here? Yes. I fell for the way that your eyes met mine. It happened outside of time, as I recall. Summer felt much sweeter when you were there. Flowers grew from my hair, even in the fall. Okay, and then if I decide to use this one, I'll cut this off, but I want to keep it there just for... Okay. I feel like once it's inked, the contrast is more, and I like it better. That said, okay, well, let's think about this. Would there be enough contrast with that? And this stuff is harder to ink because it's really glossy. Maybe not. Okay, and then option 3 is this wild child. I don't know if there is such a thing as a little much for a fairy tale junk journal, but this is striking me as a little much. And I think I just want to use this. And I can glitter this also. We can, ooh, let's, okay, hold on. I'm getting ahead of myself because now I'm thinking, ooh, I could get out my embossing powders. And then I'm like, do I even, where even are those? Okay, but I definitely have my art glitter glue, and I definitely have, I think, oh, there's my other girls on the floor. Okay, so these were the other girls that I had considered for mermaids. This one and this one, I like her because she's got a mirror. But I think in the end, I decided that I really liked her clothes, and I just didn't want to like I didn't want to lose the dress, and I didn't want to like, I feel like her top might like throw off the mermaid idea a little bit. I don't know, I'll probably still make her into a mermaid somewhere else. And then her, same thing, like they both had a lot of clothes on, which is fine. And she was a little small actually. I just decided that she was the perfect size and was nude, which made it easier. Okay, what was I doing? Glitter. Lots of glitter here. Oh, those are Christmas trees. That's not what we want. Green agate. I like that one. What's that? Feldspar. I like that one. Let's do that. And then I've got these stars that I'm going to get out just because they feel very fairy tale. Anything else here? It feels very fairy tale that I want to get out. Yeah, this is another Christmas set, but this one here feels very fairy tale to me. So let's keep that out. And then I can always come back in here for solid colors. What's this one? Hearts and stars. This is the one I was looking for. Yeah, this is a nice pink mix. This matches the journal. So let's keep those out. But for our purposes in this moment, well, one, I'm going to cut this off. And then I'm going to keep, did I put my ink away? Yes. I'm going to ink the spot where that was. Should I, please say no. Should I back this? I was like, oh, I'm just gonna glue it like all the way down, so there's definitely no need to back it. And now I'm thinking, I just said that I wanted to put the other part of the tail behind it. Maybe I'll just back, because it is very thin, maybe I'll just back that portion. And then I need to cut out another piece that's like this. But longer. And then let's ink this. This actually, I'm definitely gonna need to back this. Let's just, yeah, that's fun, right? Okay, so let's, oh, dang it. And I kept all these pieces of calendar paper to use as backing, and then I was like, you know what, these are too small to back anything. Wrong. Okay, this will be good. Never be good for you, good for you. I still wonder what you were thinking when you first got me drinking that moonlight wine. Never have I quite written any tune that could capture the full moon in your wild eyes. Maybe you were trying to keep it fading like from dying. And maybe all my songs are kind of your fault. It's been forever, but my mind's still enthralled. What is that called? Maybe you always knew all along how this song would go. Maybe you always knew what you had to do with the deja vu. Maybe you always knew back when we were 22 I could never be good for you, good for you. I fell for the way that your eyes met mine. It happened outside of time, as I recall. Summers felt much sweeter when you were there. Flowers grew from my hair, even in the fall. And maybe you were wiser. You were a lover, not a fighter. Or maybe love is something I cannot take, but only have and give and long for and make. Maybe you always knew all along how this song would go. Maybe you always knew back when what you had to do with the deja vu. Maybe you always knew back when we were 22 I could never be good for you, good for you. Thought it was destiny. Thought it was destiny. I thought that you were meant for me, but we were never meant to be. All along, thought that it was prophecy. I thought you were in love with me, but we were only meant to be in a song. I still wonder what you were thinking when you first got me drinking that moonlight wine. Sun, never have I quite written any tune that could capture the full moon in your wild eyes. Anyhow, that's roughly how the song goes. Not like in order or anything, because my memory and my focus is not that good. And I don't think I quite did that bridge justice. It all sounds way better with the guitar, but that's like pretty much how it goes. So you've now consider the idea communicated. All right, let's get that out of there. That's pretty good. you were trying to save a fading light from dying. And maybe all my songs are kind of your fault. It's been forever, but my mind's still torn. We've got a brad. Okay, and I don't want to put the brad through the page, which means I need, and I don't want to put the brad through this part of the tail, which means I need another piece, another very small piece of backing. Smaller than that. Yes. That's good. Okay. So then what we'll do is we'll pull out our little crocodile. This is gonna be like, we're already gonna be at a long video as soon as I finish this paper doll, I feel like. But you know what? I've been wanting to do this paper doll, and I feel like I've been teasing you guys with this idea for so, oh, of course I need it again, for so long now. And I just want to see it happen, and maybe you guys do too. Oh man, here's what I was going to tell you about. I just remembered. I was like, surely I have something else to talk about. I feel like I went in thinking I'm going to have so many things to talk about because I've done so much. Yeah, well, guess what I did yesterday? I attempted, well, I would say I made marshmallows. So I wanted to make peppermint marshmallows. I'm poor now that I've quit my job, so I'm like, how can I, you know, like make nice things for the holidays for people that I care about and not have to spend a lot of money? Well, I am pretty good in the kitchen. So, and naturally I just have the kind of confidence that's like, I can do anything perfectly the first time, even if I've never done it before and have no reason to believe that's the case. Okay, I need to remember not to, we're not gluing this to this. We're just gluing this, and I want to make sure I can hold the brad and the piece still rotates. Yes. So we're going to glue this to this. And then we're going to glue this to this, but not here. We're going to glue up here, and we're going to glue all here. But we're also going to glue this to this. So maybe we should glue the lady. Maybe we should glue the torso to the tail first. And we should glitter it first, because that's going to be a mess. Okay, so oh, and she's going to need a fucking fin. Lol. Okay. Let's put you over here. I'm really trying to like keep straight in my head what's even happening here. We could also do the fin out of the vellum. Hear me out. And just, I think that's what we'll do. We'll just glitter it to give it texture. And yeah, we're gonna use this piece, and we're just gonna overlap where we glue it just a little bit. We're gonna make the most of this. Alrighty. The only problem I can foresee with this is that this glue dries so friggin' quickly that I just need to work fast here. That's all it means. So I was trying to make marshmallows. And I think I actually, I mean, I eventually made marshmallows, but I think I overbeat them. They were like almost dry. Like they were almost set in the mixer. Oh no. Yeah, you'll work. They were almost set in the mixer. So I think I overbeat them. And then when they finished setting in the pan, it was just like, I don't know, they're just like really stiff and kind of dry. Like they're not as, they're more like foamy and less like pillowy than I want them to be, if that makes a lick of sense. Okay, that is delightful. And now we're gonna set you aside. We're gonna set you aside. We're gonna bring you up here to be our background for this. And this, I think I just want to, I want to like edge the waistband with glitter. And maybe we'll end up giving her like a little rhinestone here. And then I think I just want to kind of do like dots. And then, yeah, we're gonna, oh wait, first. Fuck, that's fine. Okay, you go hang out somewhere else. Sorry, a lot of this is happening off screen. We're on a time limit here with this glue. And also, yeah, I just feel like this probably isn't. That is exactly what was not supposed to. Okay. This is turning out to be much more eventful than I expected. Try not to flick it out of my own hand this time. And then let's try to get a little bit back on those bits. And also, just for good measure, let's make sure we get some all over the room and all over me. Perfect. I'm sparkly. And I've left my glue open. Okay, so let's give you one good flick. Jesus Christ. Guys, you weren't supposed to let me do that again. I don't know if I should be... Okay, hold it tighter, Vervain. Okay, we're just gonna have to flick it more when it's done drying because we're traumatized now. You go sit over there. Okay. And now, can we get, no, the rest of the glitter is not coming off of that one. So now you come down here, you come up here, and where's the rest of my tail? Here it is. Okay. It's fine. Pin. Okay. We can do this. Last piece. I feel like this one I can flick because I can mess it up. It's fine. I mean, it mostly survived that flick just fine. I just accidentally rebounded onto one of my spots, but it's fine. Okay. Okay, that was traumatizing. How long have I been filming? Almost an hour and a half. I'm gonna pause this, and then I'm gonna come back when this is dry and reassemble, and not reassemble, and assemble this gal, and we're gonna be done here for the day. Thank you for following along this traumatizing journey. Oh, you can't even see how sparkly my hands are, can you? You kind of can. It looks much more satisfying in the real life light than it does on the camera. Ooh, the bouquet looks nice though. Oh, that makes me happy. Okay, I'll be right back. And this is what she looks like. I went ahead and put one of these rhinestone stickers on the middle there. Oh, fuck. Do I want to do that? In my head, I was like, oh yeah, it looks fine. In my head, I was thinking this was like the front of the tail. I forgot that she's facing backwards. But I think I still like it. It's like a little mermaid version of a tramp stamp. It's kind of cute though. Okay. That. I've got this, which we will cut out. You go sit over there. I'll put the pin back in a minute. And come on, let me do this one-handed. I just want to like see, make sure she's yeah, I think that's about how we want her. No, let's just do it like this. But I don't want to glue that to the page just yet. Okay. Traumatizing, literally. Okay, is this, it's probably, I mean, it's not crazy dry. Okay, well, let me tell you about my marshmallows while I cut this out. And then maybe we'll like hit it with a heat gun or something. I don't know if that'll help. Does a heat gun help our glitter glue dry faster? So yeah, I was having major trouble getting my marshmallows, getting my sugar syrup to hit softball stage. It took forever. And then I finally got it there. And then I had been reading like marshmallow troubleshooting articles because I was having, it was like boiling over at 220 and wouldn't get to 234 plus, like wouldn't go above like 222 basically without boiling over. And it ended up just taking for fucking ever, but I did get get it there. But while I was waiting for it to get there, I read a bunch of articles on like troubleshooting making marshmallows. And one of them was like, almost every time I hear someone say their marshmallows were too dense or were leaking moisture or too soggy or whatever, it's because they didn't beat it enough. And I'm like, all right, we are not going to underbeat these things. And then I go back after I've overbeat them, or after I've already, I was still beating them, but I had already overbeat them. And I'm reading the recipe that the article that the actual recipe I'm following is from. And she's like, don't overbeat them. You want them to be at such and such a stage where they are still like ribbony and pour nicely. And usually as soon as the sound changes, you're good. And I'm like thinking back to when I heard the sound change several minutes ago. And I go back in the room to see the marshmallows beating. And it's just like one glob attached to my stand mixer, just moving around. And I'm like, great, awesome. Like barely even moving around. It was really just like one solid glob. And I was like, awesome. I definitely overbeat these fuckers. But you know, that's okay. You live, you learn. So I poured them anyway, and I set them anyway, and they're a little dense. They're peppermint, and they're cute, and I made them a little bit pink with beet powder. So they're really cute. They're just, a little like denser and drier than I'd like them to be. And then I thought, I'll coat them with chocolate. And usually I make my own chocolate, but I make my own raw chocolate. And since it's not tempered, it needs to stay at, it needs to be like refrigerated, basically. Like it's fine at room temperature, but you want to keep it refrigerated. And I'm like, I want to travel with these. I'm going to see my family soon. And like, I want to take it to see my family, and I want to take it to see my husband's family. And I want to like bring them gifts of chocolate dipped peppermint marshmallows. And how sweet would that be? I fucked it up. So anyhow, I thought instead of making my own chocolate, raw chocolate, I would use, I would just use chocolate chips from the store. And my husband's dairy allergic, and we got the Lily's chocolate chips because I like them. I like having a little less sugar. I don't mind the stevia flavor in them. I often do mind stevia flavor, but I feel like it's not overwhelming in those chocolate chips. I don't even really notice it, honestly. Maybe I'm just used to it. Maybe it's just not that noticeable. I don't know. And they're dairy-free. And he's never had an allergic reaction to them before. And so I dipped like half the marshmallows in them, which was actually an extremely tedious process. Because in my brain, part of me thought you can just like put a bunch of them in there and then you'll want to, and then you can toss them around, and then pull them out and let them set and dry. Well, false. That part of me forgot. Marshmallows melt. So, I figured that out pretty quickly, fortunately. I didn't sacrifice too many marshmallows to that experiment, and I was able to save my chocolate from that experiment. But then I just felt like my chocolate wasn't, I used my double boiler and everything. I did it the way my mama taught me. I did it the way the internet said. And I ruined the chocolate. It took forever to set. I finally put it back in the fridge like hours later to get it to set. And it did set. And now it's set at room temp, so it's fine. Except that it started to bloom. So it's all grainy and chalky and just kind of gross. And so I'm thinking like they'll be fine to put in hot chocolate. Like I'm not going to throw them away. I can put them in hot chocolate and the chocolate will melt into the hot chocolate, and then you'll have the peppermint marshmallow in the hot chocolate and it'll be fine. But as like delicious treats to eat by themselves, they're not. They do not live up to what I was attempting to create. And, that's okay. You know what does live up to what I was attempting to create? This. Check her out. I feel like I should have, we're gonna do it. I feel like I should have done this just a hair lower. So we're just gonna reapply glue. And do it again because it's all gonna be hidden behind the thing. Anyway, I need to refill my little glued thing soon. All right, and now we hold that in place. And this looks good. I'm pleased with this little tip out here. And I'm pleased with whatever was that other thing that we did today that we can go back and look at in just a moment, just for satisfaction's purposes. Yeah, so I think today, since my chocolate covered peppermint marshmallows were kind of a sad failed experiment, I think today I'm gonna make some date balls because, you know, I think I should have put this a little to the side. I'm just like keep wanting to readjust my placement of this. And I guess just to prevent it from sticking to the tail, come on, pop that right there. Okay, let's make sure we like this spot. Yes. 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 Oh, yes. Oh, yes. And don't worry, I'll take this vellum off as soon as the glue sets. Oh, that looks great. Okay. Yeah, she lives up to the hype. She lives up to the hype. I'm so pleased. This was kind of a traumatizing experience with the glitter and everything, but it's okay. It's gonna be beautiful and fabulous and perfect and amazing, and I'm in love with her. And now I'm kind of wondering, like, does she need like a glitter seashell or a sea star or something in her hair? Does she need some pearls? She probably needs nothing. I should leave her be, and I should not let this project traumatize me any further. Oh, or we could just turn it away. Oh my God. And wipe the glue off. See, sometimes I'm actually brilliant, and then sometimes I'm like this. And it's just the luck of the draw, which version of me you get on which day. Okay. I feel like I actually want to glue stick the top half of her. And then, okay, I want to make sure, actually, I want to make damn sure. Well, just anywhere around where this guy is, we won't do. Okay, so yeah, I want to glue stick top half of Miss Mermaid. Okay. Oh, I love her. Okay, put the pin in. All the way. Put the cap on. Oh no, I've got glitter in my glue now. It's fine. It is what it is. All right, and we'll let her chill out for just a moment. And then we did this, and that feels so good. And then, where's the other thing we worked on? I literally don't know where it is. I did some stuff while you were gone, so yeah, I did this on here, and I think I did something else. Oh yeah. So this was all pretty much like this, but then it had these flowers and it just showed this here. So I added that, which I really like. And then I added this music over the text that was there. Oh, and I think I did wherever the other one of those is. Here, yeah, there was like a name above this building and I just covered it with this bird thing. And then this nightingale page, I just left the top and bottom lines of text. I want to hear the nightingale, and little nightingale, our emperor wants you to sing for him. And then I added this like origami paper that I got from the Smithsonian. That's all, the whole set is based on kimono textiles, which you just heard me raving about how much I love beautiful textiles earlier. And this one had little birds on it, so I did that one, and this little washi sticker, it's pink paper. And then, yeah, I started to collage this, and then that bent over, and that was when I decided I needed to collage all of this side too. And we did this page today, and this, and that feels really good. And then we were gonna do this, and instead we came back to play with her, and I am so pleased. So pleased. Could not be more pleased. All right. Thank you for joining me. I don't even know what time it is, but it's probably time for me to get back to doing like other useful things. So I guess that's what I'm gonna do. And then maybe if I'm feeling like I deserve a little treat, I'll come back here and work on this again later today. Because I know I'm about to leave town. I'm not going to get to work on this for a while, so maybe I'll record another video working on it, and then we'll do like voiceover later, since I've already told you everything that I've been up to lately. All right, love y'all. Oh, did I tell you I've been feeling baby kicks? It's very exciting. I just wanted to share that with you. Okay, the end. See you later. Bye.